We're going to introduce you to a very inspiring 17-year-old from Whitehall who managed to raise more than $23,000 to create and build the state's first Liberty Swing.
It's a swing that accommodates anyone with a disability, and this weekend there's going to be a special dedication ceremony regarding the newly installed swing.
Okay, so both Forrest Bernhardt, the teen who worked so hard to make it happen, and his brother Zachary are here. So let's start by explaining why you wanted to make this swing happen.
Well, I chose this project because whenever we went to the park as a family, everybody in our family, except for my brother Zach, had equipment to use, including myself and everybody else. So thought and there's a lot of group homes in our community that would benefit from it, and I wanted a project that would impact the community for years to come, something that would be beneficial to a minority group in the society. So.
Okay, so to build something like this has got to be really difficult and very expensive. So the financial part had to be one of the first parts that you wanted to tackle. How did you accomplish that?
Well, the fundraising portion, there was lots of different ways, lots of fundraisers. We did car washes, bake sales, pop water sales at just different events like 4th of July and stuff. And then we had donation cans around town to different businesses that people donated. And then I got a grant from the White Lake Community Fund that really helped out. And then my aunt and my grandma, they drove me around to all the different businesses and through Whitehall, Montague, and a lot through Muskegon. I just stopped in and asked if they were willing to donate and told them what the project was and who it was for, and I got a lot of donations that way, and I did a McDonald's fundraiser.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been took me almost 3 years to date now, coming up with the idea and going through everything.
That takes a lot of perseverance, and we're seeing the swing here. Obviously, Zachary's in a chair, a lot of others are in a chair. How does the swing work and allow people who may be in a motorized chair to use it?
Well, there's an existing sidewalk that comes up from the sidewalk that is there, that's in the park, and then that goes up. There's a gate that goes around it, and then there's rubber surfacing that is around the whole area for fall zone, and that ramps straight up to the actual ramp of the swing, and that's clicked in place to the bucket of the swing.
Okay.
And you roll in backwards, and then it has chains that you tie around, and then it has a seatbelt that goes around, and then it actually is locked up so it doesn't get vandalized. So you use a key to unlock the ramp once they're completely, stabilized and locked down in place in there. And then you just push it, and it's actually pretty easy to move, and it swings pretty good. And there's no other swing like it. It's from Australia, so had to come across a boat here, and then had to get it picked up at the Grand Rapids port, which is the nearest port, and then dropped off at the Department of Public Works in Whitehall to be stored until got all the other the fencing and rubber surfacing paid for and everything.
So you're 17 years old. How long did this take?
I started when I was 14. Fall of '09, I started coming up with the idea of the project. Then around sometime in January of 2010, I met with City Council in Whitehall and proposed the idea of putting the swing in Goodrich Park in Whitehall, and they approved the project that night. So then I started fundraising from there, and I've just been pursuing it ever since, buying and purchasing materials and accruing funds, and then I had to get all the volunteer help for doing the fencing and the pouring the rubber surfacing, and donated labor and time for all that, and getting people to excavate that and pour the sidewalk and everything.
That is pretty amazing for us. That is really inspiring, and it's really awesome that Zachary and a lot of others are going to be able to use this now. Really, really neat. It's all going to kick off actually on Saturday, because there's a special dedication where the swing is basically going to be introduced to the public. What's going to happen?
It's going to be, I'm going to have a short speech, and then it's going to be dedicated over to the city. Like she said, it's Saturday, June 30th at 11, and we're just going to have I bought extra keys that came with the swing, and we're going to hand those out to different group homes and people that have families with disabilities, because you can't get it made at a local locksmith. You have to get it from Australia.
Wow, just
for
incredible.
Legality issues. So, yeah, I'm going to pass out the keys for them to keep, and then there'll be a sign that'll be by the swing that says where to get a key at like local businesses. To sign out. There'll be a sign out sheet to borrow the key and then return it. So.
Well, you've thought of everything, obviously. Thank you so much. What an inspirational teen. You're entering your high school senior year and then planning to eventually entering the mission field. So what a nice young man.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome for us. Thank you, Zachary, as well. We'll be right back.
Are you West?
Yeah, great job.